My name is Paige. I'm currently 28 and in the last month of my pregnancy. At my most recent checkup, the doctor said that the baby could arrive any day now, so I'm spending every day anxiously wondering when the labor pains will start. After I got married to my husband Hiroshi, we moved in with his parents. My mother-in-law was nice to me at first, and when I had bad morning sickness, she helped me handle all of the chores around the house, which was a relief. And when you hear that, you might think that we have a good relationship, but that's far from the truth. I've actually had to deal with a lot of bullying from my mother-in-law, but everything changed when my father-in-law passed away. He actually passed away from an illness 6 months ago, and ever since then, my mother-in-law, who used to consistently make snide comments towards me, has shut herself in her room, and we barely see or talk to each other anymore. She used to be so full of energy and would always make rude comments towards me, even though I'm much younger than her. That's why I used to find her a bit annoying, but recently, I've started to worry about her.
She still hasn't left her room, huh? She hasn't had breakfast yet either, has she?
But it looks like she finished the dinner I brought her last night. I'll try talking to her again.
I'd appreciate that. Well, it makes sense she's feeling down after losing Dad. She was with him for so many years, so if I was in her position, I'd react the same way.
Yeah, that's true. But actually, that's not the only thing that's been bothering me. There's something else about her that I'm worried about.
What do you mean? Does this have to do with my mom as well? Did she do something to you?
Yeah.
What is it? Wait a minute. Oh my god, no way! I'm gonna be late for work! I've got an important meeting with a client today, so I need to go to the office early!
Oh, really? Then you better hurry! We'll talk more when you get back. Take care! What I've been meaning to talk to Hiroshi about for a while now is his mom's recent behavior and attitude. It's true that she's locked herself up in her room because she's been feeling lonely and sad after losing her husband, but more than that, I feel like she's becoming increasingly forgetful lately. After Hiroshi left for work that day, his mom came out of her room and said this to me. Oh, Paige, good morning. Good morning! You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What is it? Why didn't you bring me dinner last night? I obviously served her dinner last night, but she's been forgetting things like this more and more recently. These kinds of exchanges have been happening almost every day lately. I heard you guys eating dinner in the dining room last night. Why didn't you tell me the dinner was ready, huh? Why didn't you give me anything? No, that's not true. You had dinner last night, remember? You don't want me around, do you? I bet you wish I was gone. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's not true at all. I brought your meal to your room last night. You said your back was hurting and that you wanted to eat in your room, so I brought your food there. Hiroshi saw me bringing the food to your room as well, so I'm sure of this. There it is again. Another one of your lies. Why are you like this, huh? Why did you lie to me like this? No, like I said, I brought your dinner to your room last night. You told me you wanted udon stew, so I made it and brought it to you. Does she really not remember this? Or is she just being passive-aggressive? Honestly, I can't tell if her forgetfulness is real or if she's just messing with me. There are times when she's perfectly sharp, so it's hard to figure out what's really going on. Even before this all started, my mother-in-law was always picking on me, so honestly, I can't tell if her forgetfulness is real or if it's just an extension of her usual bullying. And that's what makes it all more frustrating for me. Anyway, ma'am, you haven't had breakfast, right? Are you hungry? I can make something for you. Oh, well, sure, that would be great. I haven't eaten anything for days, so I'm starving. My son's wife has been treating me so horribly lately. She refuses to give me anything to eat. Isn't that just sad? Yeah, I knew you'd say that. We have this same exchange several times a day. Every day until Hiroshi gets home, we go back and forth like this about our meals dozens of times. I'm in the final month of my pregnancy and my belly is really heavy. Doing these chores isn't really easy for me anymore. And because it's my first time giving birth, I'm pretty worn out mentally. I really shouldn't be dealing with all this. But, of course, my mother-in-law doesn't seem to care at all about how I'm feeling. And because I was so stressed about this, I finally decided to talk to Hiroshi about his mom when he got home from work. Hey, Hiroshi, this is about your mom, but I think her forgetfulness has gotten worse recently. I really think we should take her to a doctor.
Seriously? Well, you might be right. She's been saying the same words and phrases over and over again.
Right? She keeps saying the same things every day. I'm glad he's noticed the problem and is concerned. With my due date coming up, I thought if Hiroshi understood what was going on with his mother, maybe we could figure something out and we'll be able to solve the problem. But then, Hiroshi said something unbelievable.
But I'm busy, so I can't take care of her. You'll have to handle that yourself, Paige.
What? No way!
It's just a hassle taking care of her. If you want to take her to the hospital, you can do it yourself.
What? But that's not fair at all! This is about your mom!
Yeah, but I'm busy with work every day.
Can't you just even take the morning off? I don't know when I'll go into labor. I thought it might be better for both of us to go together since this concerns your mom. And what if I go into labor on the way to the hospital?
That's true, but still, it's just not possible. Besides, I'm not the type of person that can take care of their mom. You're gonna have to do it for me.
What? So what you're saying is you're not worried about me or your mom at all?
Well, I can't help it, alright? Plus, I'm super busy with work right now. If I take time off to care for her, everyone will look down on me. So please, just handle it yourself. I'm counting on you.
No way! Hiroshi was only concerned about what others thought and didn't take any action regarding his own mother. Plus, he didn't seem to be concerned at all about my well-being. I wanted him to think about both me and the baby more, but it's not like I can tell him that. But anyway, after the baby is born, there's no way I can take my mother-in-law to the hospital, and if I leave her as she is, her symptoms could get worse. I've gotta take her to the hospital as soon as possible. And so, I decided to take my mother-in-law to the hospital the next day. It turned out her symptoms had progressed more than I expected, and she was diagnosed with dementia. Furthermore, the doctor told us that she was going to need long-term care from now on. It seems that losing her husband triggered a rapid decline in her condition. That night when I explained everything to Hiroshi, he looked like he had just bitten into a lemon as he listened. So, your mom is being classified as needing long-term care, and from now on, we'll have to make sure her symptoms don't progress further. We might have to send her to daycare from now on, but is that okay with you?
But doesn't that cost money?
Well, yeah, it will cost a bit, but I think it's a necessary expense.
But I don't want to waste money on stuff like that.
What? You're kidding me, right? It's not a waste. And besides, I think it's way better to have her go to a daycare than to have her shut at home all the time.
Okay, I get it. I don't really understand, but it just sounds like a hassle. Just try not to spend too much money, okay?
I get that, but if we're gonna hire day services, some expenses are gonna be unavoidable.
Are you being serious right now?
We can't predict what will happen in the future. If it gets to the point where we can't take care of her at home, we have to consider putting your mom in a facility.
No way! But that's gonna cost a lot of money too. And can we even afford day services with my salary? Aren't we going to run out of money? Can't you figure out a way to do this without spending so much money?
Yeah, well, I guess I can try, but I was astounded. All Hiroshi could think about was how much money this was gonna all cost. It was frustrating that instead of worrying about his mother's condition, he only seemed focused on saving money. A swirling of mixed emotions rose up within me. But after we started sending Hiroshi's mother to daycare, it seemed like she'd started to regain some energy. Unfortunately, that meant her bullying towards me had also ramped up, and it felt like her sharpness had returned. Just the other day, while eating the meal I made, she said this to me. Are you seriously trying to serve me this awful food again? Are you out of your mind? You really can't do anything right, can you? I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. God, I don't want to live like this anymore. I'd much rather go to the day services every day. I can have fun chatting with my friends, and I even get to do karaoke there. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, and by the way, from now on when I'm at home, I'll stick to the same schedule when I'm at my daycare. When I'm at my daycare, I have snacks at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. In addition, I'll take my bath before lunch at 11 a.m. From now on, I'll live my life at home like this too. Wait a minute, there's no way that's impossible though. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm gonna do it. Look, Paige, it's almost 11 o'clock. I have to take a bath now, so could you fill up the bathtub for me? And just like that, I found myself struggling to deal with my stubborn mother-in-law every day. Her unreasonable demands escalated with each passing day. Honestly, taking care of her while carrying this big belly was really tough. I might be reaching my limit. I just want Hiroshi to understand how I feel. Maybe then he'll feel the need to help me take care of his mother. With that thought in mind, I decided to take a leap and talk to Hiroshi about his mother again. Hey, Hiroshi, I'm at my breaking point. I could go into labor at any moment, but your mom keeps making unreasonable demands. I really need you to help me take care of her when you come back from work. It'll be great if you can help me on the weekends, too.
Huh? Why should I have to take care of my mom? You're the stay-at-home wife. That's your responsibility. My job is to go to work every day and bring in money for the family.
I get that, but taking care of your mother has been really tough for me. My belly is super tight right now and I can't even lie down properly.
Great. Here we go again. You always use your pregnancy as an excuse to slack off. I'm tired of hearing your complaints. Do you really think I'll help with caregiving just because of your whining? That's not happening. Anyway, taking care of my mom is your job. Oh, and we can't send mom to her daycare anymore. It's just too expensive. So we're gonna have to stick to home care from now on.
What?
Listen, you have to stop wasting money, alright? From now on, you better take care of my mom. And when the baby comes, you'll take care of her too. Your job as my wife is to take care of the family. So you better not complain about having to do these things, alright?
I can't believe this. This is hopeless. Arguing with him is just pointless and futile. Nothing gets resolved. I had no words left to say to him and I just walked out of the room in silence. I knew Hiroshi wasn't going to help me take care of his mom, but I had hoped that he was going to do the bare minimum and show that he cared about me. How foolish of me to have that hope. He can't even muster up the energy to ask me if I was okay or needed help. He's the worst human being ever. Without realizing how stunned I was, Hiroshi sprawled out on the living room floor, lounging around. Just then, my mother-in-law's voice pierced through the air. She was calling for me again. Paige! Paige, where are you?
Hey! My mom's calling for you!
Again? Paige, I'm about to take a bath, so hurry and get over here. You need to help me. What? No way. Hey, Hiroshi, if you're not busy, can you please help her?
Huh? Are you talking to me? You must be crazy if you actually think that I'm going to help you take care of her. I already told you I'm not going to be taking care of my mom. Figure it out yourself.
Paige, I want to take a bath, so hurry up and help me. Hiroshi, can you at least help a little? Please, I need your help.
Shut up! Leave me alone! I'm trying to relax. Plus, don't you feel sorry for my mom? You should get her in the bath already.
What?
Just hurry up and go help her. Come on. She's crying out for help because you won't go there and put her in the bath.
What the hell is wrong with this guy? These two must be out of their minds. I'm not your personal maid, you know. I finally reached my breaking point. I want to talk to the baby in my belly that's going to be born soon, but I've been so busy and stressed out that I don't have the time nor energy to do that. You know what? Forget this. I don't care what they say to me anymore. I'm going to do what I have to do to make myself happy. The more that I thought about how I was the only one putting up with my mother-in-law's care, the more nonsensical this situation felt. As those thoughts swirled in my mind, I got angrier and angrier. So that day, without saying a word, I left the house, slamming the front door behind me and leaving my mother-in-law behind as she tried to get in the bath. You might think that I've given up on myself, but that's not the case. I actually have a plan. Just watch, alright? I bet I'm gonna surprise all of you. After that, I made a call and prepared to take action against my husband and mother-in-law. With my due date approaching, I decided to hurry up and resolve all my issues at once. And the following day, my mother-in-law and Hiroshi continued to treat me like a maid. Hey, Paige, I need you to help me rearrange my room. Rearrange your room? Yeah, I want to move the dresser, so could you help me lift it? But I'm pregnant, you know, that's too much work for me.
What did you just say? Why are you being so mean to her? My mom is asking for your help, so why don't you go lend a hand?
Well, why don't you help her if you feel so strongly about this?
Huh? Didn't I tell you the other day that I can't deal with that kind of hassle? I'm not gonna help my mom, alright? That's your job!
You're such a cheapskate. That's why I said I didn't want to live with someone like you. I'd be much happier living with everyone at the day service. I heard that, and I'm not gonna let you take it back. Oh, really? Then maybe I'll grant your wish. Huh?
What are you talking about?
I'll make sure your wish comes true so that you can be happy. Then, 10 minutes later, the doorbell rang and a large van arrived in front of the house. Here we go. It looks like the time has finally come to solve all the problems.
Who the hell is that?
Well, I'll go answer the door. I've been waiting for this moment for weeks and finally it's arrived. All right, your ride has arrived. Wait, are you serious? The two of them stood frozen in shock, their mouths agape when they saw the logo on the van. It read Panic Elderly Home. A friendly caregiver stood outside the van waiting for us to come out.
I apologize for being late.
No problem, we've been waiting for you. Please take good care of this person from today onward. Wait, what's going on here? You've been telling me every day that you wanted to live a life similar to the day service at home and that you'd be happier there. Well, that's true, but you can't just put me in a nursing home. Don't worry. This nursing home is known for having a strict daily routine, so I think it'll match your wishes perfectly. No way! I don't want to go to a nursing home! And that was when my useless husband chimed in.
Right! What are you thinking? We can't afford to put her in a nursing home? Why are you doing this without consulting me?
Oh, come on, all you care about is money. I knew you'd say that. Oh, that's not a problem at all. I've already arranged for the nursing home fees to be deducted from your salary for the rest of your life, so you don't need to worry about it.
Wait, what? You did that without telling me?
Well, it's time to depart. Take care, Mom. We probably won't see each other again, but I wish you well. Now let's get going.
Yes, let's go. We'll help you get in the van, ma'am.
No! Help, Hiroshi! Paige, please don't abandon me. Even after she got stuck in the van, my mother-in-law continued to scream, but I stuck to my decision and ignored her. Next, it was time to deal with my useless husband. I turned to the dazed Hiroshi and said, Hey, Hiroshi! There's some paperwork I need you to sign too.
What is this? Wait, are these divorce papers? No way! You've got to be kidding me! And after all this, you won't have to care for my mom anymore! Why do you want to get a divorce from me?
Seriously? You think I don't know anything? You've been cheating on me, haven't you? I'm so done with you.
What? What are you talking about? How do you know about that?
Hiroshi looked completely flustered, and no wonder. He cheated on me while I was pregnant. I thrust the evidence I had secretly collected right in front of him. With all this proof, there's no way you can deny it, right?
Wait, that must be a mistake!
While your wife was desperately taking care of your mother and preparing to give birth to your child, you never bothered to understand my feelings at all and only did as you pleased. There's no way I can forgive you for doing something like that.
But that's not my fault! You have to forgive me!
Be quiet! I'm going to make sure to demand compensation from both of you and your affair partner, so be prepared for that. And of course I'll expect proper child support for the baby on the way. The costs for caring for your mother, the compensation for your ex-wife, and child support are all going to pile up. Good luck with your new life ahead.
Paige, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Don't leave me alone. I'll apologize, so just let me off the hook.
Like my mother-in-law, Hiroshi cried and begged for forgiveness, but of course I had no intention of forgiving this man either. Alright, now that all the problems are solved, I finally felt relieved. After that, I hired a lawyer and my divorce was finalized smoothly. The next day, just as I was taking a breather, I went into labor. But after all the running around I had done, I had an incredibly easy delivery. And so I was able to give birth to a beautiful baby girl. With my child born, I began a new life in a different sense. I have a feeling my days are going to be busy, but I have plenty of money and I managed to take down the people I despised. From now on, I want to walk a peaceful life with my adorable little angel by my side. Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!